Welcome to the History Lord. You join us here today in a lovely garden here in West London. And we're here today to see a rather special place that's one of those forgotten places in this part of London. In fact, forgotten in the whole of London. It's one of the least known historic buildings we have. Today, we're going to be looking at Fulham Palace. Welcome to London. The site has been a residence for the bishops of London since 704, when Bishop Waldhere acquired the manor of Fulham, a vast estate covering most of modern-day Hammersmith, Fulham, Acton, Ealing and Finchley. As bishops were called princes of the church, the estate became known as Fulham Palace. During the mid-13th century, the foundations of the current house were started. Over the past 750 years, the house has evolved as different bishops carried out building works, from remodelling the Great Hall to demolishing the Tudor State Wing. This has created an interesting mixture of architectural styles, which reflect changing fashions and the different needs of the bishops and their families throughout the years. The buildings range from the Great Hall, that was begun in 1480, the lovely mellow red brick Tudor quadrangle, which was largely the work of Bishop Fitzjames, with its fountain and bell tower. There's also the plainer Georgian quadrangle and a Victorian chapel. The original palace had, reputedly, the longest moat in England, and it was built around about the 10th century by the Danes. But there are some people who actually think it existed long before then, and it was built in the Roman times. But if you come to Fulham Palace today, you'll still see part of the moat out here between the Bishop's Park and Fulham Palace itself. The bishops of London used the palace primarily as a summer retreat away from the crowded and dirty city. It was also a place to entertain important visitors, including royalty. Queen Elizabeth I was a guest of honour at a very lavish banquet in 1601, but over 150 years later, King George III was treated to something simpler. He just stayed for breakfast. After the English Reformation of the 16th century, clergy were allowed to marry, and Fulham Palace became a family home. In the 19th century, the bishops would host garden parties for the community, along with church pageants. During the World Wars, Fulham Palace was used as a hospital for wounded soldiers. During the Blitz in 1940, 200 people stayed for several nights after their homes were destroyed in air raids. Bishop Stopford was the final bishop of London to live here, leaving in 1973. The London Borough of Hammersmith and Fulham took over the running of the site until April 2011, when an independent charity, the Fulham Palace Trust, was formed and took over the management of the estate. They're now restoring it to its former glory. Fulham Palace also has some of the most wonderful gardens in London as well. But I think we'll save that for another video. And also, this throne I'm sat on as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, then please do subscribe. If you want to see what we do outside of these videos, then please go to historylord.co.uk, see about the walking tour of London, or have a look in the description below and see about James's YouTube channel, Last Line Films. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon.